I'm here today with Nader Vasseghi, whose new book, Conscious Creation, Leadership at the Source of the Future, is just being released. Congratulations.
Thanks very much, Sarah.
So, writing a book is a big deal. Why did you want to write this book now?
Yeah, I think right now we're at a very critical juncture in human history. The technology and AI has been advancing very rapidly, making the leadership consequences more significant than ever before. Um, and while the technological and material capabilities have been growing so rapidly, our consciousness and human capacities have not evolved with the same pace. And I think this imbalance is one of the defining challenges of our time. Um, Over the years, I worked with many successful leaders who have achieved amazing results on the outside, but internally, they are challenged with a sense of overwhelm, disconnect, lack of joy, and a sense of meaning in life. And I began to notice how profoundly the inner state of the leader can actually influence and impact the people and environment around them. I believe the inner state of our consciousness actually informs and shapes our decisions, our relationships, and ultimately the world we create on the outside. So I think this moment calls for a more conscious form of leadership, um, the leadership that goes far beyond fear and ego, that leads from essence, from awareness, from wisdom.
So, do you want readers to take away a specific message around consciousness?
Yeah, I think one of the core messages of this book is that leadership fundamentally is an act of creation.
Mm.
Um, and our consciousness, our state of consciousness, is actually shaping and informing what we create in the world. In the book, I talk about three aspects of leadership: leading from within, meaning the self mastery aspect of leadership, which really is the foundation for everything else. And then the second aspect is leading with others, which is the relational leadership aspect. And then the third angle is leading with impact, the kind of difference we want to make in the world. And I think these three together will bring a framework for a conscious leadership. One of the thoughts that people may have is that leadership kind of is limited to CEOs or business owners, but in reality, we are we are all creators. Whether we whether we realize it or not, whether we are conscious or not, um, every decision we make, every choice, every relationship, every interaction, we are creating ourselves, creating our relationships, and creating the world outside of us as well. So this really points to the fact that uh, bringing awareness to these three aspects that I talked about really informs what we are creating and how we are building the world around ourselves.
This is not your first book. So, what other books have you written, and how is this book building on that?
Yeah, this is kind of the this book is part of the journey of unfolding. I would say the first book was more focused on my own personal journey of transformation,
Mhm.
and uh, it sort of focused on how to build a fulfilling life. What I called my first book is called Path to Freedom, and what I called leading a life of joy, impact, and abundance. And a lot of that uh, uh, really focused on what's going on inside. And this book is building on that, and it's establishing more of a transformational leadership and conscious creation model that sort of takes it out to the bigger arena in the world.
So, now that this book is published, what's next for you?
My mission is to help cultivate more conscious leaders, and this book is a framework for that. But I also am planning to use the framework for continuing to build more immersive workshops, retreats, and also conscious communities where people can not only come to evolve themselves, but also support and help each other to create a better future.
Well, again, congratulations. And to all of you watching, I highly recommend Conscious Creation, Leadership at the Source of the Future.
Thank you very much.